All the boys I've known, and I've known some. Until I first met you, I was lonesome. And when you came inside, dear, my heart grew light, and this whole world seemed new to me. You're really swell, I have to admit you deserve expressions that really fit you. And so I racked my brain, hoping to explain all the things that you did to me. Hello, this is Jason Robinson from Illustration by Design. It is 10 p.m. or a little afterwards, Eastern Standard Time. And I want to welcome everybody who is watching and who has decided to stop by and check out my drawing stream. It's been a while. It's probably been about 3 weeks since the last time I live streamed, but I need to get back into it, and or else I will completely forget how to do this stuff, live streaming. Not that I'm any good at it to begin with, but anyway, I'm here and I am continuing the work I started quite a while ago on this comic book. It's called Secret Comics Presents. If you can see there, well, Secret Comics Presents. And it's a horror anthology that is written by author Nasser Rabadi and drawn by me. And we first crowdfunded it, let's see, started in March, and the crowdfunding campaign ended in May. And it did not fund. We only got halfway to the funding we needed, but the plans were to finish the book regardless, and then at a later date to try to crowdfund it again, and then give it a second shot. So we're probably going to launch it again as a crowdfunding campaign in early 2021, a few months away, and by that time we're hoping to have the whole thing finished, drawn, inked, lettered, laid out, and ready to go to the printer. So once we launch it again, the book will be done, and we'll just need the funding necessary to get it printed, and so on and so forth. So that's the plan. So I am drawing the book. I'm going to be inking today, this page 6, and yeah, we'll just go from there. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you guys are all doing good. Hold on one second. I have to get to my tablet and see where find my channel. So if anyone comments, if anyone actually watches, there's only one person watching. It's probably me. So if I have any questions for myself, I'll be able to see, and I'll be able to respond to myself. So let's see. All right, there we go. And right now I'm not saying anything, so I have no questions for myself, so I will put on some music and I will start drawing. So if anyone shows up and you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Let's see. Water. All right. All right, I think that's good. Just trying to fix the focus on the stream, so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. But let's see, is this the right pen? I hope so. Nope, that's the wrong pen. Here's the right pen. Make it this so I don't smear the pencils too much. Let me make sure that everything is on camera while I draw. Actually, a few things first. Let me start. Okay, got that. All right, let me find the right pen first. This is the pen I want. All right, first things first. Draw the borders. It's probably wise to do that first. Like, you guys see this? I don't know. Aha. Let's see. It's experiment time, so please be patient. All right.
I thought we'd finish off the evening with a little dance. Dance? I hope they don't pull that stuff out. What do you do about it? You can dance anyway. You can, I suppose.
All right. Got that. Here. Here. There we go. That's better.
What do you got there, Dad? We're just some stuff for a Halloween party this year. I'm a treasure. Oh, I didn't know you that.
Okay, that's good. That'll work. Turn the fan. All right. Now start inking. Hey, Timothy Best, how you doing? Good seeing you. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, it's very shocking news this past, was it the weekend, or I guess it's late last week when Chadwick Boseman died. I was very, very shocked. But I remember back in April, he had posted an Instagram video of him talking about something, and he looked very, very sick. He looked deathly ill, and I couldn't tell if he had lost weight for a role or if he was actually sick. I think a lot of people were wondering the same thing, and sadly, it turns out that he was actually sick. But it's amazing that it turns out that he had been sick for, I guess, 4 years. It had been 4 years since he had been diagnosed with terminal cancer, and that whole time he'd filmed all those Marvel movies, done all those stunts, all those major movies he was known for, and he did all that stuff while he was sick. So amazing guy. It's a shame because he had decades of worth of career ahead of him if he hadn't gotten sick. Timothy Beth says, "You heard Nasser and EBS teaming up. Is that true, or is that another one of Nasser's clickbait titles for his videos?" So not Nasser at I will take that with a grain of salt until I find out otherwise. Eagle 43, sure. How you doing, Eagle 43? Good seeing you. I hope you're doing good. Timothy Best says, yeah, CG 2.0 must be kicking off. What do you mean? I mean, is is this a real thing, or is it? I mean, where'd you hear this? I find that odd. I find that odd. I mean, did you hear this from both EVS and Nasser, or only one of them? Because Nasser has not been treated kindly by EVS in the past, so I'd be a little surprised. Hey, Flyfox Bro, how you doing? Good seeing you. Flyfox Bro says, hey, Timothy, have you seen my new video yet? What? What? Okay, you're gonna have to elaborate, Timothy. Are you? Is this an April Fool's joke? A late April Fool's joke? EVS, Doug, Edwin, Mike, Tim Lim, Roe, and Malin are working together again. I find that's yeah. I think you're spoofing me, pranking me, or however you want to term it. Aha, yes, yes. I'm sure. I'm sure that Nasser is the leader of the entire operation. Yes. Nasser inspired me to work harder. That's good. I'm glad Nasser's had some positive effect on people. Have you guys? I'm sure you have. What do you guys think of the new trailers for Justice League, the Snyder Cut, Wonder Woman 84, and the Batman? You guys interested in them? Looking forward to them? Not interested? Think they look stupid or dopey? What are your thoughts? I I really liked. I'm looking forward to seeing the Snyder cut for Justice League because I hated Justice League, the one that Josh Whedon sort of cobbled together from Snyder's directing, and then he put his thumbprint on it. I thought it was really kind of a hack job, but when I saw the trailer for Snyder's vision of what he planned before he had to drop out, I was really. I mean, it looked really good. I mean, it's that trailer for the Snyder cut to me looked better than the entire Josh Whedon Justice League movie. Just the trailer alone. So I'm looking forward to seeing the whole thing when it comes out in spring of 2021. The Batman movie looked good, but I do not like Patrick. What's his name? Robert Pattinson as Batman.
I mean, I don't know. He one he looks like Peter Parker from Spider-Man 3 with his emo greased down hair, and he was bragging a few months ago about how he refuses to work out and how he shouldn't have to work out to play Batman, and he's happy being scrawny playing the character. And to me, that's like, no, I have no, that does not inspire confidence in me. But I did like the trailer. I like the sort of the horror serial killer vibe it had going. I guess he's fighting the Riddler, and the Riddler is like a serial killer in this movie, and it has a serious tone to it. And I like that, but I just don't. I can't buy him as Bruce Wayne Batman. I imagine there are going to be tons of stunt guys, and he's going to be doing very few things in the actual suit himself. Um, Life Fox Pro says, I'm excited for all but Wonder Woman. I can't tell if it looks good or not. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I'm not. I like some of the scenes I saw in the trailer, but Wonder. I just find the whole Wonder Woman set in 1984. It's just tacky. It's just really cornball to me. It reminds me a lot too much of what's his face, Joel Schumacher with the Batman films in the mid late 90s. It's just tacky, and I'm not. When I saw Cheetah, she looks like a video game character. She doesn't look like an actual real character. I'm talking about when she's transformed into her full cat form. She looks like a video game image. So some of it I liked. I mean, I liked I liked the scenes where Wonder Woman is sort of swirling her lasso around and using it as a shield. I thought that looked cool. But there's just a lot of parts of it. They're just kind of dumb to me. I mean, like Wonder Woman swinging on her lasso from lightning bolts. That's just dumb. Like, I mean, it's just like pulling a Spider-Man in the sky, and it's just weird. So I don't know. That's probably the movie I'm least looking forward to seeing, and which is kind of odd. I'm looking forward to a Robert Pattinson Batman movie more than I'm looking forward to a Wonder Woman movie. But Wonder Woman 84 just looks corny. So, you know. Firehawks Pro says, I like Snyder's brand of craziness. So do I. I mean, whenever I see one of his, either his movies or one of his trailers, I always get, it seems very operatic to me. It seems very epic. And I like that feeling, especially when it comes to superheroes. I mean, I loved his Watchmen. I thought that was really well done. And I'm glad that he's able to bring that same sort of sense of, scope, bigness, epicness, whatever, to Justice League. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be good. Black Fox Pro says, I like Justice League, but not as much as BVS. Oh, wow. But I'm really excited for the Snyder Cut. Yeah, I just didn't like Justice League at all, really. Maybe it's part of me was because I knew that they had cut so much out of it, but I didn't know what they had cut out at the time. It just seemed, when I watched it seemed chopped up. It didn't seem like a coherent story. So I think that's what made me dislike it. And then in the months and years that followed, and it came out in 2017, I would see clips that they had taken out, on YouTube, and I was like, why would they take that out? They had like a lot of good stuff, and that Zack Snyder had filmed that Whedon had just chopped out, and I was like, man, it's terrible. So I'm very happy that Schneider's version is actually going to be seen by the public. Um, Timothy Best says Pattinson is getting too hipster for me to believe him as Batman. Yeah, I mean he's always been hipster. I mean that's that's his shtick. So yeah, I don't buy him as Batman. He looks like it's like watching Robert Pattinson. He hasn't come across as Bruce Wayne to me. So and again him sort of bragging about how he refuses to work out for the role, just makes me less inclined to embrace him as a character. So I mean, if you're not willing to do the work to be convincing as a major character like that, then I'm not gonna be cheering you on in the role. It's like having it's like if you were hired to play Superman and said, I don't have to work out. Superman is Superman, just not because of his muscles. I mean, you always hear that argument. It's like that might be true, but I don't want to see a scrawny guy as Superman. I want a guy who's going to make me believe that you're the guy from the comic books, and that means having muscles. If you're too lazy to work out for the role, then don't take the role. Just say, I don't like working out, so give it to someone else. Give it to someone who's actually going to be dedicated to this part. I would much prefer that. So. The Fly Fox Pro says, I excited for a serious take on the Riddler. I always liked him as much as the Joker. Yeah, I mean, the Joker's always gotten more press, more, he's always been more in the spotlight, and the Riddler was always seen as like a B-list villain for Batman. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I look forward to it. So yeah, I am interested in seeing what they do with the guy. Flatbox Pro says, do you ever wish you had been able to do more comic work in your career, like more stuff at Image or Marvel or DC? Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the whole thing. That's what I wanted to do. But but it didn't work out. So I mean, it's like I wish I'd won the lottery, years ago too, but I didn't. So you kind of have to move on. And I mean, I'm still interested in drawing comics, but chances of me drawing in Marvel and DC are slim to none. I mean, they may have always been slim to none, but I kind of stopped submitting to them. I mean, probably 15 years ago, just because I had been trying to get into comics probably for about 10 years before I finally just stopped and focused on commercial art. I mean, more commercial. I mean, commercial art like advertising and stuff. But but back then, you had to go to conventions or mail in your artwork, in order to get seen. And I was spending a lot of money, going to conventions, getting hotel rooms, driving, anywhere from 2 to 12 hours, to conventions and stuff, to show my work to editors, only to be, told it's like, no, not today, which is fine. But it's just that, after you do that stuff, fairly often for 10 years, it's like, you get tired of it. It's just like, I'm not independently wealthy. So I was doing it to get work. And if that work doesn't pan out, then, you have to sort of, at least I did. I felt that I was not getting what I was putting into it. So I just refocused my efforts elsewhere. And that's fine. But, you never know. Maybe one day I will do work for Marvel and DC, and All this stuff will have been practice for that day. So that's how I look at it. Fly Fox Pro says, I hope they can expand out into some of the other rogues gallery. Lots of good Batman villains are out there. Yeah. Tons of them. Tons of them. I mean, well, they already did Ra's al Ghul, but I would love to see them do a like a again a comic accurate take on Ra's al Ghul. I mean, I think that would be awesome, but that's fine. Black Fox Sports says, I just don't get it. I look at your stuff versus what they actually put out, and it doesn't make sense. Well, mm, comics are a lot. Comics have a lot to do with who you know, and in order to get into it. So I didn't know anyone in comics, and being in the right place at the right time. And at the time, I lived in South Florida. Back then, there weren't a lot of comic book conventions in Florida, so I would drive like 10 to 12 hours to Atlanta to go to what was it, Dragon Con, every year, and I show my stuff there. It just didn't work out. I mean, I would mail submissions to comic book companies, a few times a year, and get back rejection letters with suggestions on how to improve it. So, but it's fine. I mean, it's good because it helps you get used to rejection, and it helps you build up your self, your I don't want to say stamina, but helps you build thick skin. If you're going to be drawing comics, you have to be willing to take rejection and continue on despite that. So, like I said, I mean, it was good practice for me, for work that I've been doing since then. So. Oh, P Money's here. How you doing, P Money? Good seeing you. Oh yeah. Eagle 43 says, I want to see a Court of Owls movie. I would love to see that. That'd be fantastic. But I don't think. Well, I don't know. I know, like, the Robert Pattinson movie is going to be in a different universe than the Ben Affleck Batman. It's a completely different. Just like the Joker movie was a different universe than the standard DC universe. Robert Pattinson is also a different universe. So I don't know what they're going to do. I would love to see a Court of Owls movie. I think that's a great storyline, and I think I think that'd be fantastic. But maybe they'll build up to that at some point. P. says, hello all. Wait a second. Is that Jason actually live streaming? I never thought the day would come when he would live stream again. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been, I think, 3 weeks. So I apologize. It's just, yeah, I was working on a job, and then it's, I don't know, I kind of have to work myself up to live streaming. So I'm gonna try to do it more often, so you guys aren't left hanging and have to wait once a month to hope to catch me live streaming. I keep saying this, but I just have to keep trying to do this on a regular basis so that you guys can have some regular content. Bullet says, and you don't identify as an attack helicopter. I don't understand what that means. I'm sorry. P. says, Flyfox Pro, enjoyed your thoughts on your last Disney project analysis? Are you talking to me? I don't understand. John Diller's here. He says, thank God you're on. Thank God you're on. I'm trying to do John Diller's voice. He has like a deep, kind of creepy voice. Thank God you're on. That's kind of like John Dillard, a little. Yeah, you have to read my book, The Buckler. That's sort of like John Dillard. I'm working on it. I have to work on my John Dillard impression. Oh yeah, if you guys haven't already, go check out Dillard Draws on YouTube. subscribe to his channel. He is working on his book, The Buckler, and the art is pretty awesome. Yeah, he does live streams every once in a while, fairly often, much more often than I do. So subscribe to his channel, check it out. And also, I want to thank Dee Dee Willingham. I don't know if you have subscribed to her channel or not. Hold on one second. Let me check. There you go. I just put the link to her channel in the chat. Subscribe to her channel. She is a great artist. I want to thank her because she's probably gotten me I'm gonna say 100 subscribers over the past like few months. She's a really nice person, and she does craft work like collage and painting and stuff. Go check out her channel. Go subscribe if you haven't already. And she does live streams every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and sometimes on the weekend, and early in the morning, like between 9 and 12. But check out her stuff. Very, very cool stuff. But thanks to her and all of you, of course, I am now 3 subscribers away from 600. Yeah, so I think I'm at 597 subs. So I want to thank Dee Dee very much for being very kind and generous with sharing the link to my channel out and asking her subs to follow me. So it's pretty awesome. Eric M. Boy says, you don't stream that frequently because you're old. That is very true. I would much rather take a nap than stream. So yes, my age does come into it, is a factor. Let's see. John Diller says, my only other options were Rick Piper featuring the world's worst audio or Tyler Carpenter talking to the world's most vague SJW. That sounds fun. P. Mike says, a job, that's your excuse? Nasser taught us lunchtime at work is the best time to live stream. Yeah, I miss Nasser's lunchtime sort of cow streams where he's just chewing on his cud, for 20 minutes, staring at the camera, and then people send him super chats. Those were always fun to watch. Dilla says, I heard it's harder. Wait, let me see if I can do this in his voice. I heard it's hard to maintain a constant stream with a large prostate. Yeah, it's John Ditter's voice is interesting because he always, whenever he's speaking, it's almost like listening to Captain Kirk. Whenever he could be in the middle of a sentence, at the end of a sentence, but he'll like doing like an uplift on certain words. It's very, I don't want to say odd, but it's interesting. He has a cool voice for that. He'd be a good radio announcer. So John Diller says creepy. Yes, creepy. If you P. Mike says yes, if you want a live stream of a Mike Miller fan that you can get your wife to join with you. If you want a live stream of okay, they can get their wife to join with you. Show them Dee Dee show. Yeah, actually, Dee Dee. My wife was watching Dee Dee stream, I think yesterday with me, and she subscribed to her channel, so she loved it. Because my wife is very much into crafting and stuff. So, Eric and Boy says, what's the title of the comic you're inking? Oh, okay, it's Nasser's book, Secret Comics Presents. It didn't get funded back in May, but I'm still working on it, and I'm gonna get it done by early 2021 so we can relaunch it. So by the time we relaunch it, it'll be finished. It'll be laid out, lettered, inked, and everything. So that's what I'm working on right now. And I got a new brush the other day. I got this. You may have seen some of the other artists working on it and working with it. It's a Pentel. It's not a Pentel brush pen. It's a Pentel. Well, it's a brush pen, but it's a Pentel pen that has like a weird reservoir in it. I tried it the other day after I got it. I got to swap out the ink. The ink in this pen stinks. I mean, okay, it doesn't stink, but it takes forever to dry, and I kind of hate it because of that. As you can see here, I just laid down all this spotted black here. This is already dry. It's great. I love it. When I laid this stuff down, okay, I'll show you right now, actually. If I can do it without making a mess. Hold on. Here's a sample of this new brush pen that I just got, the ink. Okay, it's a really cool pen. It looks really neat, and I like the flow. I like the brush work on it. You know, it's really, really cool. And I'm hoping that, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. It may have been, actually, it may have been the actual thing I was drawing on, the paper. Maybe the paper is what screwed me up. And I am, no, it is dry. Okay, cool. Okay, maybe this pen is good after all. Maybe I was too harsh. Maybe I was too rash with my judgments. Hold on. Let me check with this. Because this is a paper that I was testing it on, the Bristol board. And this is what I draw on. This is the slick, what is this? This is Smooth Surface Bristol board by Strathmore. And maybe this Smooth Surface Bristol just isn't absorbent enough. Like, you know, I lay it out and it just thick to thin, which is what I love. I mean, it's great. I mean, really, my complaint isn't with the look of the ink. It's just the drying time. It would take forever. But I don't know. This seems to be drying fairly fast. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I was too harsh. Maybe I judged too quickly. I'll keep working with this and see if this is actually a good pen or not. Maybe I was wrong. Let's see. Nasser. Let's see. I'm skipping ahead. I've been missing. Oh man, 12 people are watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit that like button. And yeah, hit the bell for notifications of future videos if you would. I'd appreciate it. Ray Thulu's here. How you doing, Ray Thulu? Good seeing you. Oh my gosh, Nasser's here. What's Nasser doing here? Hey, Nasser. Good seeing you. Fly Fox Pro says Dee Dee is responsible for most of my subs. Yeah, I mean, Dee Dee is awesome. She's such a nice person. Ray Thulu says Dee Dee streams are like 6 a.m. here in Pacific time. I often lurk while waiting for my coffee to hurry the heck up and finish brewing. Yeah, she's very much a morning person. She has so much energy. I'm just like, it's too early for me. Bullet says Nasser sure could handle a hot dog in a car. And like Candyman, Nasser shows up when he hears his name called. John Doe says Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk. Oh man, Eagle 43 says Cisco is greater than Kirk. I'm trying to think. Is he? Cisco is cool. Is he greater than Kirk? I would say that definitely Picard is greater than Kirk. Is Cisco greater than Kirk? I don't know. I like them both. I would. I don't know. I honestly can't say. Oh, Ray Thula says blasphemer. Kirk uber alles. Well, not Picard. Picard is better than Kirk. So, John Dilder says that Nasser says that crowdfunding is for CG grifters and that Amazon is the only honest way to sell your book. I would not agree with that. I would agree that crowdfunding can be, is good for grifting, as was a cash grab is shown. It is a good vehicle for grifting, but it also is good for getting out great books like Bigfoot Bill. Um, there's another book that I really liked that I thought was awesome. Um, it was called T-Bird and Throttle. If you guys haven't read that book, I mean, I've been introduced to so many really good and interesting comics through crowdfunding over the past. I guess it's been 2 years now. When did these guys start crowdfunding their books? Um, but yeah, I am I'm appreciative of crowdfunding. It's gotten a lot of creators attention that they otherwise would not have gotten. So I can't knock it. Um, Ray Thulu says Nasser has issues. He does. He does have issues. So some of them are ones from comics that he's written. He definitely has issues. Um, Deep Space Nine is greater than all other Star Trek shows, says Eagle 43. Okay, okay, Eagle 43 is going a little too far now. That is not better than every other Star Trek show. I'm sorry. I I I, I just I don't know. I didn't grow up with the Next Generation. I grew up with the original series, but I think the Next Generation is probably just, to my mind, the best Star Trek show in terms of the characters and just sort of the things that the storylines. I really really like them compared to most of the other Star Trek shows. I mean, I like the original. Okay, in terms of my favorites, it'd probably be Next Generation, the original series, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, then Enterprise. The later one, the one that's starring Scott Bakula. That's probably my least favorite of them. Although I did like T'Pol. I thought T'Pol was a very pleasant addition to the crew. So, but yeah, that would be my lineup. Um, hey, Andrew J, how you doing? Good seeing you. Deep Space Nine is my second favorite. Nothing can top the original series. Um, I thought that the Next Generation did. It, the original series, what the original series had going for it were the three leads. Spock, Kirk, and McCoy. I mean, if you didn't have the actual storylines were kind of bad and corny, but those characters were so strong that obviously, I mean, they led to a franchise that's still ongoing 70 years later. No, not 70, 50 years later. Is it 50? It started in 1965, 66. So what is that? I don't know. 40 years, 50 years, 55 years. So 54 years? Yeah, 54 years. So obviously, if those characters weren't as popular, as likable as they were, you would never have had a Next Generation or a Deep Space Nine and so on and so forth. So I give major props to those characters and the actors who played them in the roles. But the show itself, I think the strongest thing about the show were the characters and also some of the storylines, which were very topical at the time. I mean, I always remember the one with the two guys. One guy had his face was dark black on the right side. The other guy's face was black on the left side. I mean, I mean, those are like storylines that they're so good. I mean, that's such great writers for that show. But overall, I like Next Generation better. Um, Andrew J says you need cats walking around like Dee Dee. No, thank you. I am not a cat person. I have no love for cats. Let's see. P. says Eagle 43. Actually, Enterprise 1 and 2 are my least favorite Star Trek, but season 3 is my favorite Star Trek ever. Enterprise 1 and 2. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Are you talking about seasons 1 and 2 of Enterprise? I'm going to guess that. Ray Thulu says Vic Mignon. I can never say his name. Vic Mignonia. Star Trek continues was pretty darn epic too. I've only seen clips of that on YouTube. I didn't follow the whole thing because I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm real fussy about sort of remaking classic characters and having new actors in the roles. It'd be like I just tended to avoid that whole thing altogether. Janeway is better than Picard, says Draken. No, she is not. I like Janeway. I've learned to appreciate her over the years, but she is not better than Picard. I would always call Janeway Katharine Hepburn in space. Because that's who she reminded me of. It's like, yeah, WAP 9. Stop those Kardashians. Yeah. So I couldn't. I mean, I liked the character after a while, but she was annoying when I first watched her. So whereas Picard never annoyed me. I always loved Picard. I up until I started watching his new show, his new Star Trek show, Picard, that came out. I think it was this year, in January or February. That really killed my love of Picard after watching that season. It was, oh man, I felt it wasn't Picard. It was just it was bad. It was painful to watch. And I felt more than anything else, I felt sad that they brought the character to a point where he seemed like a shell of the person that, I really enjoyed and admired as a character. Bullet says, you guys aren't watching the best Star Trek. It's STD. Oh, Star Trek Discovery? I think I watched the first 3 episodes and I dropped it. I was not interested. It was too weird. It didn't make sense in the continuity of Star Trek. It was just it was a bizarre thing. I mean, they had they completely redesigned the Klingons in that show, so they didn't look anything like any Klingon that had ever been designed for Star Trek before. So I was like, what? And it was set before the original series. So how does that make sense? It didn't make any sense. And all the technology on the show was clearly superior to the original series. So how could it be set before the original series if the technology in the spaceships was more advanced? I don't think it was thought out that well. So. Oh man, Draken says Chakotay was by far the worst first officer. Wow, man, I like Chakotay. I like the whole backstory of him sort of being a rebel fighter against the Federation, and then he's stuck being on that ship, and they end up making him first officer to sort of make the two crews get together better, get along better. I thought that was well done, and later on. I thought he was a really strong character. I liked him. P Money says, Draken, I'll give you that. I hated any flirting that went on between Janeway and Chakotay. That was a little odd because again, Janeway to me always came across as an old lady. So it always kind of creeped me out whenever she and Chakotay would kind of sort of flirt. And I was like, that's weird. It's like someone's grandmother. It's like Aunt May, like flirting with Flash Thompson. It's like, So I couldn't. I thought it was odd. But in real life, I guess they were close to the same age, the actors. But she just seemed so old. It was almost like Angela Lansbury from Murder, She Wrote. I mean, she's always looked like an old woman, even when she was in her 30s. She was playing like, grown men's mother when she was in her 30s because she looks so old. And I kind of got the same impression watching Janeway, or the actress who plays who played Janeway. Draken says Janeway is a mix of the best elements of Picard and Kirk, but oh god, but having breasts makes her the best. Her trust. If you have not seen, and was it Voyager? Trust me, Janeway's breasts do not make her the best. She oh man, she. I'm trying to think of a less sexual character in Star Trek. I mean, she was almost androgynous when I watched her. It's just weird. Just a she was like an old. It's just she was like an old lady. I don't know how else to put it. Ray Thulu says I tried so hard to like Enterprise. Bakula and Jeffrey Combs are both awesome, but it just pooped on the canon way too much for me to get into it. I don't know. I liked it. I didn't love it, and I think one of the things I did like about it was that, like Star Trek Discovery, it was set before the original series, but unlike Discovery, they actually took pains to make sure that the technology in the show looked like it was earlier than the original series. You know, it didn't look like really fancy, state of the art, stuff. It looked like sort of a halfway point between, modern space tech and what would be considered future tech in the original Star Trek series. So I thought they sort of threaded that needle nicely, and I like the characters. I mean, like I said, I liked Paul because she, obviously she was, hot, but I like Bakula as the captain. I liked his beagle. I'm a dog person, so I enjoy. I can appreciate a captain with a dog, and yeah. I mean, overall, I like the show. It was just, I think it was in the later episodes when I started dealing with some guy from the future, and he would come back, and it was like it got a little convoluted towards the end, and I kind of lost interest. But overall, I liked it, but it was still my least favorite of the Star Trek shows, other than Discovery. I mean, Discovery is at the bottom. Even Picard I like better than Discovery. So, and I kind of didn't like Picard. Let's see. Diller Draw says Cash Grab, Brutus, Detective Dead, Red Rooster, Handyman, Tales from the Stacks, Little Girl Lethal. He's reading books off, but I'm not sure what they refer to. How far am I? Oh man, I am way behind. And Nasser's still bothering people. He said that Star Trek is for nerds, which just shows how dumb Nasser is. Let's see. Diller says Lower Decks is ahead of its time. Yeah, not. Let's see. Which Star Trek series has the best books? I don't know, Eagle 43. I haven't read any. I've never read Star Trek books or Star Wars books. They've never interested me. So I mean, I'm sure there are some great ones out there. I've just never read any of them. So John Doe says that's because it wasn't Picard. He's talking about the Picard being a disappointment to me. He says it was just Patrick Stewart. Yeah, it was basically. He stopped playing Picard the character, and he's basically just being himself. And he's using the character as an avatar to voice his own views and stuff, and it killed the show for me. I couldn't. I mean, there were some episodes that I loved. There were probably like one or two episodes that I really enjoyed in Picard. Out of, I think it was 13 episodes, the others were mediocre to just plain bad. So, there were some characters I loved in the show, but they disappeared after only a few episodes, and it's a shame because they seem like really likable characters. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a weak show. P. Mike says, all I can tell you is the Star Trek Invasion book series is one of my favorite books of all time. I mean, of any book. Okay, huh. Draken says, in Picard, there's so much wrong with how they wrote the characters. Either getting them right when the characters didn't want to play them, or wrong when they were trying. Yeah, yeah. Draken says, Catherine Mulgrew has a classical sensibility to her, but she doesn't look old. Okay, he's almost touched on Catherine Mulgrew's problem. He said that she has a classical sensibility to her. Yeah, she does. If she were acting in a Jane Austen book, okay. If she were starring in a TV series that's set in the early 1800s, that's the classic sensibility she has, and that's why she seems old, because she just comes across as someone who's just very plain and stuffy, like an old maid. You know, she's a good actress, but she does not. I don't know. I just I think that's it. She seems like she's more. She would be more at ease and more in better suited to be in Sense and Sensibility than she would be in Star Trek. So yeah, she has a classic sensibility. Bray Thula says Janeway had the Hillary pantsuit look down pat. Yeah. Oh no. Draken says first 3 seasons of Voyager had the cringe that is Kes. Kes was awesome. Oh no, I loved her. I wish she'd stayed. I wish. That's another thing I hated about Voyager. I hated Neelix. Oh gosh. Neelix was a comic relief character that was dating Kes. He was like he's like a weird, goofy looking alien who ended up being like the ship's chef, and just annoying as heck. And they ended up getting rid of Kes, who was hot, and they kept ugly Neelix through the whole show. Unfortunately, the actress who played Kes kind of went insane. So that's they kind of had to get rid of her. She kind of went nuts. But despite that, she was still hot. So they should have kept her around, despite how crazy she was. Let's see. Let me put that there, and I put this here. Let me get my here. B'Elanna is increasingly hotter when in the Klingon makeup than she is without it. Yes, I would agree. Just because I've mainly seen her in the Klingon makeup, so you get used to her, and then when you see her without the makeup, I mean, she's not ugly, but you're just like, kind of prefer her in the Klingon makeup. Yeoman Janice is a underrated Romanesque beauty. Are you talking about Janice Rand? Yeoman Rand? I'm not sure who Yeoman Janice is. That's John Dillard. John Dillard has weird tastes. Draken says Jerry Ryan is probably the best Star Trek character ever created. Unfortunately, they destroyed her in Picard. Yeah, especially at the end. In the very final scene of Picard, I guess they make her a lesbian. They turn her into a lesbian, and they sort of ignore the fact that she had married Chakotay at the end of Picard. At the end of what was it, Voyager? She and Chakotay got together. So I guess all that's out the window. So that's the problem with Picard. That they forget all of the everything they set up beforehand, and they just sort of do whatever they want. It's kind of dumb. John Doe says Nasser is like a dumb jock with the body of a feeble nerd. I mean, have you seen Nasser? Other than from like the neck or torso, neck up. Nasser weighs like 225 and he's like all muscle. Better watch out, John Dillard. Nasser may show up on your doorstep. Comics Legend says, what are your thoughts on the Allegiance books being pushed back to November now? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Now he's going to get me started. Let me just say that the Allegiance books being pushed back to November does not come as a surprise to me. Okay? It has been 2 years. Is it 2 years? When did Red Rooster first launch? First launched in 2018, I think. 2018, I'll say. And it fulfilled in 2018, I think October. No, it didn't fulfill. It closed. The campaign closed in October 2018. It was supposed to fulfill in spring of 2019. And it is now, I think, 18 months, a year and a half late. So I'm not surprised that yet again it is being pushed back, because if you've seen the last issue of Red Rooster, in terms of PDF, that's what I got, because he hasn't actually given us a book yet. It's really badly drawn. I mean, I've seen Mitch's work in the past, and the work on Red Rooster is subpar to what he usually does, and he's rushing through the book. It seems it's like he's been wasting. I don't know what he's been wasting his time on the last couple of years, but yeah, he is far behind his work for Red Rooster, and him pushing it back, blaming it on the coronavirus, is nonsense. You know, he just doesn't have the book done. You know, he has one more book to do before the story's finished, and he's just not done. And so he decided to push it back and to November. Hope that he gets it done by then, and that people will just sort of forget. But they won't. I'm guessing he says November. He probably won't be done till next year. I'm guessing. So it'll be almost 2 years late by the time we get it. It probably will be 2 years late by the time we get it. So it's sad. See, P Money says they aren't shipping Red Rooster to his backers until after November. Well, Walmart's not getting the books until November. His backers aren't getting their books until after Walmart does. So because the books that the backers bought is a compilation of all 3 comics. So I mean, Mitch has made a fatal error with Red Rooster. He made a big mistake. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to take a drink. I'm talking too much. Oh, excuse me. Put my glasses on so I can see. Dillard Draw says austere is a word you're looking for. It might have been. I completely forgot what word I was looking for, and what I was referring to when I was looking for that word. So that could have been the word. Who knows? Neelix was all right. Oh no, Ray Thulu. He was not all right. Once they got rid of no, wrong. Kess was awesome. Neelix was the worst. Oh, horrible. Where's my pen? Hold on one second. Where is the pen I need? I'm looking for the. Oh, here it is. Right in front of my face. Let's see. Draken says Kate Mulgrew did do some period pieces and she was good in them. I can understand why she was good in them, because she looks like she got transported here from 1825. I mean, she just has that look. She has the look of an old woman. So so she would do well in a Victorian era period drama. Let's see. Eric and Boyd says, I agree with your assessment of Kate Mulgrew. I think the one time she had sex appeal was in Remo Williams' Adventure Begins. Yes, she did. Yeah, I liked her in that. And she only had quasi sex appeal because she was playing I think an army captain. So she was uptight to begin with, as that character. But they did show her legs off very well. So, yeah, they did a good job. All right, I'm way behind. Wow, I'm way behind. What's Nora Saga about? Asked Eagle 43. Nora Saga is about a girl who gets transported back into Viking times, I believe. She has an accident in the real world or in modern times, and then she wakes up and she is in Viking times. And then, it goes from there. I got the first issue. I didn't really read it. I just sort of flipped through it, and it looked good, but. All right, here we go. I apologize if my head gets in the way. I'm just trying to. You guys see that? Hold on. I gotta. All right. I get the screen so I can see what I'm drawing now. All right. So yeah, you guys can see. P. Mike says a girl learns after a near-death experience that she's connected to godlike beings. Boy, Jason, you said the story completely different from me. Well, like I said, I haven't read the story completely. I just sort of flipped through it, so you may have a better handle on what it's about than I do. So you might be completely accurate, and I may have just misread or misunderstood what the story was about. And I only got the first issue. I haven't read. I mean, I haven't gotten anything past that, so it may have elaborated more on what was going on. Hey, John Dillard, you take care. Good seeing you. And thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing your next live stream. Hey, guys, again, if you haven't already subscribed to John Dillard, you should do so. He has some great artwork coming out with his book, The Buckler. So go and subscribe to Dillard Draws on YouTube. Hmm. Draken says Janeway was not helped by her original hairstyle, but luckily they did change it over time. That is true. Originally, Katharine Hepburn. Originally, Janeway had a had an old-fashioned not even 1900, like 1850s hairdo. You know, like a big old bun on the back of her head, and she looked like an old lady. And then they gave her a a bob later on, a more modern looking bob haircut, and it improved her dramatically. P Money says, "Can I vent a little to my people here, to his people here, to the one or two Canadians watching? I love Mike; he's my favorite, but it's starting to get to me that my sketch card and Lone Star books have been on his desk for weeks, and he hasn't sent them. I've never mentioned it a few times to him, but I don't want to seem like I'm harassing him or anything because, as I said, it's getting to me, but I'm not furious at him. So just mention it to him." Ask him about it. I would bring it up. I mean, send him a message, DM him on Twitter, and ask him. Ask him if he would work on them during a live stream. P says, yeah, during streams I ask him about my sketch card. He says, oh, this one here? No, ha ha ha. Huh. Yeah. I just DM him, and Mike's reasonable. He's not nuts. So you just ask him. I'm sure he'll at the very least it'll help remind him, and then he'll be more likely to work on it. So I mean, being silent, hoping that he'll eventually remember it is probably, I mean, it's, I guess it's nice. But as an artist, sometimes we just need reminding. So I would say DM him and ask him to finish it, and that or that you're still waiting for it. Ask him when you can expect to get it. That's probably best, because I imagine you paid for those quite a while ago. So, and again, I don't know what Mike's schedule is and what he has on his plate. So I'm sure that plays into it as well. Yeah. Draken says DM him or whisper him in Discord. And stream is not the best of ideas. Yeah. I mean, don't make him feel like he's on the spot, in public. But if you contact him privately, I think you'll get the best results that way. Ray Thulu says, yeah, keep on him about it. Mike's a scatterbrain in dire need of a personal assistant. Yeah, I know, seriously, because he's like it's like that dog from the movie Up. He'd always go squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. I mean, Mike is very easily distracted by like new projects and stuff. Even if he has like his plate like completely packed, he'll take on another project just because it looks shiny, and he'll get everything done. But unfortunately, sometimes he gets overwhelmed because he gets so excited about working on stuff, and it's just like, yeah, that's cool. That's a cool project, but you still have these other 5 that you need to get done before November. Fly Fox Pro says, "Where's my copy, Jason? Where's my copy of the Spawn playset comic I've been waiting on since 1995?" You'll have to talk to Todd McFarlane about that. I have nothing to do with the distribution of it. So if you contact him at Todd McFarlane Toys, I'm sure he'll get right on that for you. Life Fox Pro says I kind of want to get the playset for my son, or maybe that old GI Joe base. Yeah, probably the best way to get is just eBay. I've seen it sold there over the years, but hmm. Sorry, I keep on hitting the camera with my head. um, he might says my wife is getting special frames tomorrow for my wife and my daughter's collab with Gary. Have you seen what Gary did with the drawings? It's amazing. Yeah, it's very cool. You guys should check out. I don't know if has Gary shown them on his live streams how he's doing collaborations with various people where he's taking their pencil drawings and then he's inking them, and it looks pretty cool. So yeah, check out Gary Shipman's YouTube channel. I think it's G Ship Art or Mr. G Ship, I think. Or just type in Gary Shipman on in the search.
good day. How can anything go wrong? A good day from morning till night. I start to sun with the morning sun. Rise and shine today. I said it's a good day. For singing a song, yeah, it's a good day. For moving along, yes, it's a good day. How can anything go wrong? A good day from morning till night. A good day. Yes, it's a good day. The shining is true. A good day. The living is free. Everything to gain out of nothing to do. A good day from morning till night. Yes, it's a good day. For singing the song, and it's a good day. For moving on, it's a good day. I can hear anything go wrong. A good day from morning till night. From morning till night. From morning till night. Good day.
Hmm. Hmm. Fly Fox Pro says my new video already has 35 views. That's pretty good for my channel. That's pretty good for my channel. I wish, yeah. I think my average number of views is, I don't know, probably 20 something. I think my highest number of views is like 200 and something. For I can't remember what video it is. It's always hard for me to know what makes people want to watch a video. At least one of my videos, anyway. You know. So I just post whatever, and then if it gets views, then it gets views. If it doesn't, then oh well. Not much I can do. Ooh. Ooh. Excuse me. Pardon me. One day I want to get to a point where I can be inking and drawing during a live stream as quickly as someone like Mike or Mike Miller or Doug Tenaple. But as you can see, I am very far from that point. It takes me a long time to. I stress over making the right lines, putting down the right lines, and it's slows things down. Excuse me. Oh. As you can probably tell, I probably won't get this page done today, so or at least during this live stream. But I'll try to get a little more done. Draken says, I have a 12,000 view video. Dang. Holy mackerel. Fly Fox Pro says, my most watched video is like 1,300. Wow. What are those videos about? The only way I get that many view counts is if I like cut off a finger during a live stream or I don't know, got arrested. I'm trying to think of like how one of my videos could get like, you know, over 1,000 views. It's like it's not likely to happen unless I did something like pretty nuts. Excuse me. Furby King says, my most watched video is almost at 20,000. It was about a Furby on low batteries. I don't know why or how. P-My says, Eric and boy, somebody else talking. That's why we never see Cricket's face. He does the drawing, someone else does the talking. Yes. It is my idiot twin brother does all the talking. So that's why he sounds like a dope. Actually, I'm just gonna black it in. When in doubt, black it in. All right. The 900 to 1,500 view videos are music videos. Oh, okay. Do music videos. I need to stand up and take a short break. I'll be back in a few minutes, but this is what I'm working on right now. It's slowly getting there, but like I said, I mean, I'm planning on trying to get this done, the entire book finished and ready for the printer by early 2021 when we hopefully relaunch the book. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to finish drawing it, so you know we can eventually get it into people's hands and they can enjoy it. So okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to get something to eat and stretch my legs a little. Oh, all right. What I miss? Everything. Um. Oh, but bum 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 bum. Draken says the main thing that keeps me from being a YouTube star is the not wanting to be one and having a busted PC, plus not being very verbal when playing games. Ah, oh, you play games on your computer, on your, I guess, on YouTube. That's cool. I wanted to try to learn how to play games on YouTube, but no game seemed to work on my computer. So yeah. Well, I tried downloading was it Fortnite, but it does not. It doesn't work on my Mac for some reason. So nothing I can do about that. And there was a game I was really good at, but again, that doesn't seem to work on my Mac. It's my Mac is old. It's maybe it's from 2000. It's 10 years old. It's a decade old. So maybe it's just not built for it. But I would play the. It was what was it called? It was a racing game. I would play it on my phone all the time or on my tablet. I was really good at it. I mean, there were a few times I would get in the top 10 out of out of like 1,000 people around the world. It was like, man, but I wasn't getting paid for it. I was like obsessed with this game I was probably playing it for 2 years, and then finally I just like realized like I'm wasting so much time playing this stupid game. Why? It's like I'm not getting paid for it. I'm not, I'm not getting benefits out of it other than, I can brag to myself. it's just stupid. I can be using this time to draw or to read a book. So I stopped playing the game after that. I was getting too addicted. P-Mike says Jimmy Cricket will be right back after these messages. Yes. I'm back. And P-Mike says, "Hello, friends. Are your commissions no good? Well, get Jimmy Cricket's commissions. You'll be glad you did." Yes, yeah. Thank you very much, P-Money. If you would like a commissioned drawing from me, like this, well, not like this, but like oh no, or something that I would do. Oh, here's something like this. If you want a commissioned drawing like this, just contact me via Twitter or Facebook. This is before I colored it. This is for a self-promotional piece. But yeah, contact me, DM me via Facebook or Twitter. All my contact info is in the links below at the bottom of in the description of this video. So just contact me and ask me, tell me what you want me to draw, and I will send you a price list of how much it costs for like a torso shot or a head shot, pencil drawing and ink drawing, so on and so forth. So if you want me to draw you something, just let me know and I will be happy to do it. The only provisions are that I don't do freaky weird stuff, no sexual stuff. I don't do nudity, but anything else is pretty much game. But it just depends on what you ask me. If it's too weird, I'll I'll let you know, and then we can go from there. But I would be happy to draw you guys something. What am I doing? All right. I'm trying not to mess up. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying not to mess up. And so that's always the hardest part of drawing for me, not messing up, not screwing up. All right. I'm wearing the wrong glasses. No wonder. Hold on. I was like, why is everything blurry? These are the right glasses. Draken says, if I ever get enough money that I can invest in really getting an artist, I wouldn't mind hiring Jimmy for FPS agent. Oh, cool. Or Jim O'Reilly for Arcus, or Zach for the fan, Cryptus. Cool. Zach Bradley, that is. I'd love to hire Pseudofolio for Nightquiver, but that'll never happen. There are many, many other IPs that I have that will likely never be made. Oh, you never know. You never know. Ray Thulu says, Jimmy, you ever listen to Professor Elemental, this Victorian steampunk time-traveling chap hop artist? No, I've never heard of him. I may have asked you this before, but I like to drink sometimes. So, yeah, I've never heard of him, so I don't think you've mentioned him. His name's Professor Elemental, the Victorian steampunk time-traveling chap hop artist. No, I'm guessing it's music, but I'll have to check him out. He sounds interesting. I can't play games and stream. I don't have a good enough CPU card, says Draken. Try to play a racing game with my PC and streaming. I go nuts. I'd lag out so much. Yeah, I guess. I'm trying to think. Did I ever have problems streaming? I mean, any problems with lag? Maybe I did. I just didn't notice on my phone. It always seemed to work fairly well for me. So. I mean, I would never use my actual minutes. I would always use the Wi-Fi. So it seemed to work well for me. All right, let me focus on drawing because my brain is not quite trained to both draw and talk at the same time. I haven't built up those brain muscles yet.
Finding the kind of music fans call for will make you on top of the world. And gentlemen, one of the many things that give you that liftoff feeling is the pleasure of being well dressed.
Apparently, Eagle 43 is making an emoji, but I cannot see it. So I'll have to. You guys will have to figure out why he's making a certain emoji. Excuse me. Hmm. Draken says surf ninjas are the best ninjas. I don't know. I still favor Naruto and his buddies. All right. What time is it? It's 11:55. I think I'm gonna draw for maybe 20 more minutes, and then I'm gonna take off. So maybe, yeah, 12:15. I'll draw till 12:15. That'll be a little over 2 hours. So I think that's enough punishment for you guys for today. I'm gonna try to come back tomorrow, and keep working on this. So and try to make live streaming, the drawing live streams, more of a habit, rather than leave you guys hanging for so long. Because yeah, it's not good for the channel, and I feel guilty doing it. And so I'm trying to make this more of a regular thing. Draken says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is better than Naruto. Oh my gosh. Wrong. Ninja Rangers is also better than Naruto. Doubly wrong. Oh my gosh. Stop it.
Yes, dear. All right, dear. And promise. Focus every clue that you play using fantasy
Ah,
words.
sorry. Adam is better at being froggy than Naruto is plus ultra. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, I know what plus ultra means. That's in regards to My Hero Academia, but I don't. It's some sort of weird anime code that I don't understand.
Fancy words. I do like music. Anthology. An anthology of modern plays. This is a preparing one. Oh, so that's what an anthology is. A collection. Now, what else came of my trip to the library?
Draken says Naruto and Adam, the Black Ranger, both summon frogs to ride on. Oh gosh. Yeah, Naruto is better than Adam, the Black Ranger. Sorry.
Oh, Johnny there? Oh, Johnny? Look, I got an idea.
Huh.
Oh, Johnny there? Oh, Johnny? Look, I got an idea.
Hmm. 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 Ah, I'm gonna have to next time on drawing with illustration by design, I'm gonna have to not draw on my lay table because it's hard for me to. This art doesn't fit on it, and it keeps on sliding off. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, awesome! Forget Fox Gaming. How you doing? Good seeing you. I just had my first day of online class. How was it? What was that like? Was that weird? Is that just bizarre? How does it work anyway? Are you like on a Zoom meeting with like 500 other people, or is it like broken up into manageable bits, or is it just you and a teacher? I have no idea how that would work. Broken up. It was it was kind of, but it was fun. Hmm. Also, forget Fox Gaming says I'm drawing right now. Cool, 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 cool. Now I don't feel so alone. Everybody draw. Everybody draw. All right. Oh. Excuse me. Flip this. Ah, stop hitting the camera with my head. There we go. Hmm. Hmm. Awesome Fox Game says, just came by to see what you're doing. I'm continuing working on Secret Comics Presents, that comic for Nasser Rabadi. And I've been tightening up some of the pages in terms of the penciling. Now I'm just inking them. So this takes a little while. I'm gonna try my new brush, see how that works. Hope that I don't destroy the artwork with it. We'll see how this new brush pen works. This paper seems absorbent, so I'm hoping it'll be good. Okay, that worked pretty well. It's still drying a little slower than my regular brush pens, like this Pentel brush pen here, and this thin line brush pen. The ink that I use in these two brushes is carbon ink, and it dries really fast. I really like it. And I at some point I'm gonna replace this ink with the carbon ink because, like I said, this ink seems to be slower drying. And when I'm working, I hate running my hand over an area I've inked and then having it smear. So I kind of want it to dry as quickly as possible. Like this stuff is, has long dried. This stuff is still wet. I can just tell looking at it. And, it's just a question of how long. Yeah, it's still wet. It's a question of just how long it's going to take to dry. So if it takes too long, then I'll just empty that out and then put in the carbon ink instead. So, but I think that's it for tonight. It's what time is it? It's 12:13. It's almost 12:15. So I'm gonna shut this down. I mean, this is I don't know, it seemed like a short live stream, but I guess it's been over 2 hours. But I want to thank everyone for coming back and watching me draw. I know, like I said, it's been a while. I'm gonna try to do these more often. I keep saying that, and one of these days I will actually do it. I'm gonna be back tomorrow, or today rather, do another live stream. I don't know how long it'll be. Maybe it'll be like an hour or so, and I'll be drawing some more. Probably this page, and just trying to get some more work on this book done. So it'll be ready to print, beginning of next year. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, please hit the like button on this live stream and subscribe to my channel. Make sure to hit the bell for notifications of future videos. And again, like I said, last time I checked, I was only 3 subscribers away from 600 subs. So if you haven't already, please subscribe and help me get over the 600 sub mark. I would love to get to 1,000 one day, but every sub helps. So I appreciate all your support, and thank you again for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, stay out of trouble, be good.